What's up, good people? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Today we're going to talk about the overall market. I'm going to mention Dogecoin. I'm going to mention CCIV, and I'm going to mention safe stock to be in right now to diversify your portfolio. Okay, that and more. Okay, let me just make a mention of Dogecoin first. But before I do that, for those of you that's new to the page, go ahead and hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. And for those of you that's not getting all of my notifications, then your notification bell is not checked correctly, okay? Make sure you hit all. And also too, we support the Webull app. It's a trading platform. For those of you that don't know, there's a link provided below. Click the link, download the app, deposit $100, and you will get 2 free stock worth up to $1,850. A lot of you guys have taken advantage of that, and a lot of you guys are taking advantage of being able to trade 3.5 hours before the market opens, all during the market, and 4 hours after it closes. So that is the one of the biggest benefits that I like about it. And I actually do probably a third of my trading pre and post market now. All right, but you got to be careful with that. Also too, I have a Coinbase link below. So if you want to get into some cryptocurrency, I have a Coinbase link also below. Let's start with Doge and get this in and out of the way, right? I was one of the first YouTubers to suggest that, you might want to get Doge right now. That was over a week ago, because Elon Musk is going to be on Saturday Night Live. He's going to say something about Dogecoin that's going to cause it to run. And I said, hey, if you're going to get some, I bought some, and it's running up, as you see now. I believe it's going to run up too. I bought some, and I said, hey, it might be a good, buy the rumor, sell the news. Some kid, I can always tell when it's a new kid. You don't get emotionally attached to stock, good people. He's like, oh, why would you pump and dump? You need to hold long. Grow up. This is a money game. If I see where I can make some money in a short period of time and get out, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not emotionally attached to Dogecoin. All right. Grow up. All right. Fundamentally, it's not, to me, I am not going to hold it long. Now, there's some of you guys are going to hold it long and you're going to make money, but I like to leverage my risk. That's all. So everybody's path is not the same in the market. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'll just tell you right now. I have some that I'm going to hold a little long, and then I got some that I'm going to swing trade. And so what's going to happen is, if it runs up, anything could happen. He could open his mouth, which Elon has been known to do, and he could totally kill Saturday night before Saturday night. He could tweet something. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking about. He's going to get on Saturday Night Live. He's going to mention Dogecoin. It's going to run up, right? People know that already, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news is old now. So a lot of people are going to start selling it just before Saturday Night Live even airs, because they'll make the money, on this short pop. What I will probably do is I'm going to look at where it is on Friday night, right? When you try to guess the top, you're going to miss the mark. So I'd rather limit my margins and make a little short-term pop. That's what I'm going to do. All right. You could do what you want to do. Remember, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just Larry Jones telling what I'm going to do. So let's move on to CCIV, Churchill Capital. All right. So I wrote some notes here. So I'm looking down here. As we know, it's been heavily shorted. It's been shorted heavily. But we also see that there's a lot of institutional buying. I'm not selling any of my CCIV. I've been telling you guys, I have mine for a long-term investment. So I'm not worried about the volatility. I have it in my Webull app. So my Webull app are my high growth stock. I'm not looking to sell anything until 2025. Okay. And even beyond. But if I sold anything, it wouldn't be before 2025. And so I'm not worried about any volatility in it. So what's happening is now there is a class action lawsuit. For those of you that are new to this game, because it happens all of the time. Every SPAC, special purpose acquisition company, has had a lawsuit. CCIV is a SPAC, and every one of them has had a class action lawsuit. Overwhelmingly, it never goes anywhere. As a matter of fact, I don't know any class action lawsuit that actually went anywhere against these SPACs. None that I'm aware of. They always fail. And I believe that they're partnering with the shorters. In a lot of cases, some of these companies is just another short report. So it's in another face. It's just a class action. It's a pig with lipstick. It's still a pig. All right. And so, and a lot of times these present buying opportunities. And that's where we are, and I'm through dollar cost averaging. I'm sorry. Let me bag up. I'm through buying big purchases of CCIV. I've been buying it every time it dips under $20. Every time it dips under $20, I've been buying it, right? But I started buying it before it hit $18. So I'm in a better position than some of you guys that bought it at a higher price, right? And so that's what I want to say about CCIV. But for those of you that's in the $5 a day challenge, that's where I'm purchasing CCIV monthly. I'm strong on CCIV in my $5 a day because remember, we're buying small percentages of it once a month. So I want to be clear with that. For those of you that's taking the $5 a day challenge, $5 a day to $1 million. All right. So what have we here? So let's go to diversifying your portfolio. All right. You're going to hear it a lot from a lot of YouTubers, and they're going to talk about diversification right now because of what's going on in the market, right? And rightfully so, right? So one of my safe plays, I call it a safe play, is banks. I have banks that I've had since 2009. That's when I started loading up on banks. So if you want to look at some banks, you can look at the big boys, the JP Morgans, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, et cetera, right? Personally, I have Citibank. I've had Citibank forever and a day. And on days when high growth stock are down, these are up, these are green. So I have to see some green somewhere. I have some Goldman Sachs and I have some Bank of America. Bank of America is just safe. Don't expect these things to run up like, SPACs have done and all of this. These are safe stock. Some of them are what's called value stock, and they're unsexy. And so you don't hear a lot of YouTubers talking about it, but we all have them in our portfolios. I'm not going to say we all. But a lot of us have them in our portfolios. I mention it from time to time that I'm in the banks. We have to invest. I always say, don't just look at the sexy stock. Don't just look at EVs. Don't just look at SPACs. You have to diversify, okay? And so for the EVs, I'm long on them. And the only reason I said I wasn't buying any CCIV is because I have a ton of shares and my buy-in price is good. I'm good with CCIV, but I'm moving over into GM, General Motors. And so I'm going to continue to buy some SPACs, but I'm going to be buying General Motors because General Motors is going to be in the EV game heavily. All right. I talked about that in the previous couple of YouTubes. In the previous couple of YouTube videos, All right, let's keep it moving. All right, there's a saying, sell in May and go away. All right, in the stock market, sell in May and go away. Generally, you sell your stock in May because the next month is not so good. But I got something I want you guys to look at. I saw this on CNBC this morning. And it's something quite interesting to look at. Take a look at this, right? If you look at this chart, the last 10 times the S&P 500 has added 5% in April, like it just did. 9 out of the 10 times May performed well. Let me say that again, right? The last 10 times the S&P added 5% in April, right? May was higher 9 out of 10 times. Okay. And so that is a good sign that we're going to have a good May, right? So the odds are stacked with you and not against you is what I'm trying to say. And so, yeah, so we all, a lot of us think that, we're in a decent quarter. We know that there is there could be another correction happen or another recession that's going to happen because of inflation. The Feds is pumping money out. They're just printing money. It's like a credit card. Eventually you got to pay the bill. It's coming, but there's money to be made until then. And so that's why I'm saying to go into some of these, what I call safe stock, like banks. Okay. And you want to diversify. And now's the time to start diversifying. So when you get new powder, when you get paid, I'm trying to tell you guys, don't continue to overload the boat on one side. Stay well diversified. Remember, always talk about balancing the boat. Everybody else is talking about loading the boat, but what about balancing the boat, right? So we're going to make some money now, but we're also making good investments for our future, our children and our children's children. Remember, we're creating wealth. We don't want to be rich. Rich people, most of them wind up broke. We want to create generational wealth. So those are the things that I wanted to cover. I did cover the Doge. I did cover CCIV in the short report, which I think if you're not in the CCIV and it goes down, this short report brings it down to $19, I would be a buyer if you're not in it. But if you're heavy in it, you need to look for diversification, right? And if you want to get more electric vehicles, then give GM a look, all right? Because they're going to be killing the game. Never bet against America. I will tell you guys that. All right. So hopefully I covered everything. That's it. Also, too, I always have to end with this now. If you see any correspondent talking about a WhatsApp, a phone number, here's my broker. It's not me. It's spam. Not just my page, but anybody's page. All right. So your boy's been working out and I'm trying to come back and I want to live my best life. So I'm getting my mind, body, and soul together. All right, good people. Hey, as in always, and signing off, remember the links below. Live, love, laugh, and learn. We'll talk to you later.